Playing keyboard and mouse on Fortnite is very difficult. That's why I'll be covering these 12 mistakes that a lot of beginners make so that you don't have to make them. A big mistake that I see beginner keyboard and mouse players make is copying pros' keybinds. This is okay to an extent, but keybinds are personal preference, so you can take inspiration from a pro, but change them to what's most comfortable and optimal for you. Another mistake that I see players make is not free building. I cannot stress this enough. Free building helps tremendously. When I started on keyboard and mouse, I was constantly free building. This helps you get used to your binds. If you want to get the basics to building very quickly, try some of these drills. First, start off with single edits, then double edits, and then after that, move on to triple edits. Once you get more advanced, you can move into quad edits and folds, but don't get too ahead of yourself yet. Focus on the basics before you move into the advanced moves. Another drill you can do are these ramp flips. If these are too difficult for you at first, you can try this, but instead of a ramp, you can use a cone. Now moving on to mistake number 3. I see a lot of players completely skip aim training. Making the switch from controller, you will not have aimbot. aim assist. So with that being said, it is highly likely that your aim will not be the greatest. If you want a good aim training guide, I have one on my channel, so check that out after you're done watching this video. Once you have all the basics down, you're going to want to take these newfound skills and go into some fighting practice. I would recommend starting off in 1v1 PGs since you have infinite mats, and then gradually work your way into realistics. This leads me on to the next mistake. You need to play against better opponents. If you play against your friends and absolutely roll them every time, that's not doing anything for you. You need to learn how to play against other players who are better than you. This also leads me into the next thing I'll be talking about. As a beginner, you need to watch pro gameplay.
How would watching another person play the game make me better at the game?
Well, that's a great question. It helps because you can watch clips of people who are already at the top of the game, who know all these little tricks and techniques, and you can learn them for yourself to implement them and get better. And who knows, you might even be a new and up and coming pro. Now that you know the basics, you need to condense all of this stuff into a well-structured warm-up. If you want a good warm-up, in my last video I trained like pro player Polarized for 1 week, and I would totally recommend you check out that video and give his warm-up a try. Now once you've gotten everything down from free building to aim training to forming your warm-up, you need to take these new skills into ranked. Ranked is very important because it gives you real fighting practice that cannot be simulated in creative. The reason to this is the fact that there are so many factors that go into playing ranked, from how people fight, end games, rotations, and other stuff like that can't be simulated in creative. Sure, you can practice these things to improve, but it will never be the exact same. This leads me into another mistake that I see beginners make. This mistake is not VOD reviewing gameplay. VOD reviewing is when you watch back gameplay to see mistakes that you made and what you could have done to change the outcome of a fight. For example, if I were to make a peanut butter and I were to peek in the middle of the box rather than up in the corner, I'd be more visible, and that could be a mistake that I could correct in the future. This next mistake is not practicing right. If you're loading up Fortnite to play Teamwork Tycoon, you're not going to get better. Now, I'm not saying not to play these games and have fun, because the most important thing to Fortnite and anything in life in general is to have fun while doing it. But if you are also serious about getting better at the game, you need to balance the having fun aspect to the practicing and training to get better aspect. This is the biggest mistake beginners make, and if you take anything from this video, I need you to take this. Never give up. Over half of the players who play keyboard and mouse never know how good they can be and how good they could have been if they would have kept grinding. Now, the last mistake that beginners make is not subscribing to my channel. I post weekly putting y'all on free game on how to improve. Speaking of free game, these 2 videos on screen are free games, so feel free to watch either one of them, and as always, have blessed days. Peace.